Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Thandi Gama for those of you that are new. If you are a returning subscriber and part of the TG gang, thank you so much for tuning in, fam. Welcome back. So today we have a very interesting video. I am doing a first impressions try on of the new brand called Quick Face. You guys have probably seen this in store. You saw all your faves attend the event, speak about the product. There's probably a few people that have already reviewed this. I have not watched those reviews because I wanted my personal opinion to remain unbiased. So I have here 7 products and I forgot to mention. So Quick Face is by Lungile and Ayanda Tabete in collaboration with Mr. Price, right? So we attended the event, we got a goodie bag, and we got a little cute bag to place all our products in. So all the products managed to fit into this little bag, which is very nice. And it came with like a little cute tea on there for Thandi. So the most interesting thing about the 7-step process is that this is a quick face with no foundation, exactly how Ayanda and Lungile love to wear their makeup, which is something that I learned on the day. So I'm gonna go into it and I'm just gonna give my personal opinion. So I'm gonna start with this is their Quick Face Infinite Hydration Mist, and this retails for 89 Rand. Okay, so you firstly are supposed to spray this all over your face. And then we're gonna let that settle. Already one thing about this product is that I did note that it has glycerine. I do tend to avoid products with glycerine. My skin before I went on R700 didn't react well to glycerine, so I sort of like carried on that through even after clearing my face. But for today, just for the review, we are going to be trying it and we'll see how that goes, because I do think that this has an influence on how the product applies. So obviously the next step, which is step 2, is this Quick Face conceals, corrects, and contours. So it's a instant conceal and contour palette. I am in the shade medium, so it comes in 6 shades. I'll try find the images and actually put them next to the screen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first take this flat brush and apply the product on my face. So firstly we're gonna contour. So another thing that you need to note of is that I'm literally just following the steps that Lungile told us to follow. So when you put in the brush, as I'm going in, it's very soft. The product is not hard at all. So I don't think the medium works well for the contour shade on my skin, because if you see that sort of like blends in. So I probably should have mixed this with I should have taken 2. I should have taken the medium and the dark. But we're just gonna go in, because I thought buying one contour palette has every shade that you need. So the thing is, it's tricky because this is a first impression. So I didn't want to try it and then, let me see closer. Okay, so it is a little bit darker off camera, but I don't think it's as dark as it's supposed to be. But we'll see how my face looks when we blend that all in. So I'm gonna just take my foundation brush and just blend that in. It's blending in nicely, especially with the fact that I've added a base of that, what do you call this? Hydration mist. I definitely think the darker one would have worked so much better on me, but I can see the difference, especially on my forehead. Yeah. And then I know I'm supposed to go in with a light shade as my under eye. So because this is very close to my, I thought this would be close to my shade, I'm not going to go in with that one. This looks a bit too light now. So I'm going to take the fourth one down, and because, you know, I love a bright under eye, I'm going to use this here. So let me take the flat brush and actually get the product onto my face rather. So what I will say is use a flat brush to just get the product on your face. I'm going to mix this with the second last shade at the bottom. So that's not too light. But this is just for my under eye. And then I'm going to use this just to blend this in. So I'm going to take this shade and mix it with a bit of this shade for the rest of my face. So these are all the areas that I didn't cover with, what do you call this? Concealer. Okay. Now taking my foundation brush and just blending that all in. Okay, now that I've blended, it does not look that bad at all. I just wish, I think I'm just gonna get the darker palette for the contour part. So that will work so much better, because I wanted the light part, especially for the under eye, because I love a bright under eye. But do you see how great that coverage is? So it's not supposed to be too much at all. So we're going to leave it at this. So that was step 2, which is this palette goes a long way. Coverage, it's a very, I'm going to come very close to camera. It's a very light coverage. It's not full coverage. It's good coverage, okay? So we're going to go in to the powder, which is step 3. This is how big the little canister is. This is a sheer pearlized loose powder for all day hold. Okay, right, and it comes in translucent, so it's supposed to match every single person apparently. So I'd love to see how this wears on different people. So I've just taken a bit on my beauty blender there. I'm just dabbing the excess off. I'm going to use a blender on one side and then probably a brush on one side and see what I prefer, because different powders work differently with different products. I'll tell you what I would recommend. So it really works the same both ways. I feel like you can see this part here where I use the brush. So I think I prefer a beauty blender. So I will say a beauty blender works best. So I'm just going to use the excess powder on the sponge just to dab the rest of my face, so that I set the rest of the product, but not too much. You don't want the rest of your face being as set as the parts where you've highlighted. There needs to be a difference there. So I literally always just go in with a bit of excess powder. Okay, so I was saying for my eyes, because I just didn't know what to do, because if I leave them bare, they're just going to be shiny. I've just gone in with the brush that I used to apply concealer, and then I'm just going to dab that with the translucent powder so that the rest of my face seems a bit like more seamless. Okay, so far not bad, not complaining. We are going in with the next step, which is now the illuminating formula for a beautiful buildable natural radiance. This is the highlight, the Supreme Glow highlighter. Okay, I'm gonna take this and my highlighter brush, and obviously what I like to do is, actually this is quite blinding, so you might want to take a little of it goes a long way. Okay, I'm going to put that on the bridge of my nose. I'm going to use my finger for that. Tip and the bridge. Now, she did say you must go in with the setting spray in between the steps, so we are going to set a little bit here. When I say she, I mean Lungile, guys. So now the next step after the highlighter is the Quick Face Brow Defining Pencil. My one thought about the pencil is that they only did offer one shade, and for me as a person, I do know that brows don't have a universal shade, so I would have wished that they added a few more shades for us to pick, because I love a light brown pencil, and this is more on the darker spectrum. So if you love a dark brow, you will definitely love this, but a precision pencil is right up my alley. So I'm not going to be cutting any of this out while I do my brow, because I want you guys to see that I am not going to manipulate this pencil. I am literally doing my brows with this pencil. So I'm just going to use the same palette to clean up my brows, because I'm trying to avoid touching anything outside the 7 steps. And please, on the day that I'm doing my makeup, a pimple decides to pop up on my brows. Oh, Charlie. Okay, so up next, the next step, which should be step number 6, is our mascara. So this is a lightweight formula, heavyweight lash lift. Okay, so it's a volumizing mascara, and this is 69 Rand. Ooh, that is so affordable. Okay, so I'm gonna try the top lashes first. I'm gonna do both the top and bottom on one eye so you guys can see the difference. This is getting a little clumpy. Not something I would usually have with most of my mascaras, but yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do the bottom. The bottom for me is always the best judge for mascara. So this is one eye of this mascara. I just don't like how clumpy this mascara gets. I don't know if you guys can see my lashes, but like it's a little bit like it makes all the lashes sort of like gather together in one space. So like when I'm going in with the brush, I'm trying to like just split my lashes apart. So now the last step is your ultra gloss, okay, which is 49 Rand. I'm just gonna apply that. Okay, so the gloss is just like your normal gloss. It gives you that natural shine, and obviously now you would then set your face again for the last time. So I want you guys to see my face up close. So this is what we get from our Quick Face, and let me just let it dry for like a good 2 minutes and then come back and give my thoughts. I wanted to wear my lashes. Should I wear lashes? Yeah, lashes kind of give it that thing. Hey guys, so this is the completed look. Let's go through every single step and my thoughts on it, and you can also give your thoughts in the comment section based on how you think the makeup came out. For a quick face and something that's definitely supposed to take you about 10-15 minutes and get you out of the door, I do think it does the trick. But I'll be honest, coming from my background as a girl who previously had issues with acne and dark marks, I am not certain that this will give you like a full coverage. You will cover it as much as you can and it won't be as visible, but very close you can see, because I can see certain like, you know, like a beauty spot or whatever, like that's just peeking through. So I know if you do have dark marks, it is not full coverage. So I'd just like to put that disclaimer out. So just going through every step. So obviously this is the first step, and like I said to you, for someone who literally runs away from glycerine, I'd like them to see them add, you know, certain products that have more natural stuff in it, like, you know, like cucumber and just water, or I don't know what else you can put instead of glycerine, but I probably am not gonna be using this again because I just don't want to possibly get my skin to react, but I would probably find a good alternative. But anyone else that wouldn't react to this, I would definitely recommend. I do think it works hand in hand with the product to sort of give you the finished final look, because what glycerine tends to do is give you that glossy, dewy look. But for me, someone who has oily skin, it does sort of like tend to, you know, not work together. So in terms of the conceal and contour palette, I love this. An interesting thing that I would love to find out though is if it works well with my other products, if it can mix well with my other products, because it's not every day I want a quick face. Some days I want the full thing, and you know, being a girl that does wear foundation, I'd love to know if this will work well with my other foundations. But for how it turned out, I love it. I obviously also would love to get the darker contour palette so that if I want a more defined face, I can do that. But I think I did manipulate it well. I don't think, you guys will let me know, do you think like this doesn't match my face? I feel like it kind of does. So I love this one. So a fan of step 2, not a full fan of step 1, just because of my own personal issues. So this is probably a little thing that's only for me and not everyone else. So if I'm just reviewing this for you guys, I would say it's a great product, but not for me with personal issues. So step 3 is the setting powder. I just had to get up and look at myself in a different mirror, and I love it because it actually does what it's supposed to do. It sets the face. Basically, you're just trying not to look too oily in the areas that you've highlighted. So it does a really good job. I would just love to see how it does apply on, since they did say it's universal, I'd love to see how it applies on someone who's a much darker skin tone than me, and someone, obviously I know the lighter you go, it won't make a difference. A lot of makeup, we tend to see the reality of it when we go higher up the scale of the melanin shade. So I love how it applies. It applies really well. It did its job. It's not a cakey setting powder. A lot of setting powders on the market are cakey. This will not give you that. It does not look like it will give me flashback. I'm not quite sure. I would have to do a flash test, but you guys will let me know. Can you see how, so this is the area that I'm mostly set with the powder. You can see the total difference between the rest of my face. This difference, it did a job. Okay, the next one is the quick face highlighter. I absolutely love this highlighter. I feel like this is the best shade to suit all melanin skin tones, and it's like a very natural glow. Guys, I'm glowing, like I'm literally glowing. And for the price, which is 99 rand, it is very affordable. And one thing about highlighter, it will last you a lifetime. I still have highlighters from the first time I ever did a review. Obviously I don't use them, but they're just somewhere for, souvenirs and stuff. And then the next step is the Quick Face Brow Defining Pencil. Absolutely love the pencil. Does literally the same thing as most of my high-end pencils, and this is very affordable, 59 rand. So I would definitely say grab yourself a couple of these. One thing I would love in the future, because I know this was the first launch, I would love them to add like different shades. So like a brown and a darker brown, and then like your black. For people, everyone has a preference of specific brow shade they like. Sometimes on some days I like it a bit lighter than this, but this worked out really perfect. Obviously in person I feel like it speaks better on camera, but in person, on a natural, very natural day, I would probably go for a lighter brow. So even though I try to get it, lighter strokes, the shade in itself is still quite a bit on the darker spectrum. But I still love the pencil. I really love it. I'm still going to use it, and I'm still going to get myself more because this is cheaper than any other pencil I've ever owned. Okay, and then the next step is the volumizing mascara, and I'll be very honest, I am not a fan of this mascara. So like I did say that I'm always a judge of my bottom lashes. I don't feel like it gave me the sort of wear I was looking for. Out of all the products, if I were to say one of the products that I don't like, it would be this mascara. There's obviously room for improvement. And then we have the Quick Face Gloss. It is a nice glossy lip gloss. It's actually not too thick, and it's not those light runny glosses. You can see work went into this, so I actually like the gloss. So that is the final review. So if you had to ask me whether you should spend your money, I'll be like, girl, for a quick face, this is literally budget friendly. How much does this all cost? So you're clearly getting a full face of products for 690 rand. That's literally it. And obviously, if you were to add something like your eyeshadow and your lashes, it would still be that under that 1,000 mark. So I'd really have to commend like Lungile, Ayanda, and Mr. Price for actually being able to create a full face under that budget. Because honey, trust me, when I was thinking of like making a full face under 1,000 rand, I couldn't find the products. But now we have them, and all I can say is yes, honeys, yes, TG gang, you can definitely spend your coin. It's Mama Gang approved, and obviously it won't be a full look without Lash Me Baby. So don't forget to also get your lashes, and yeah, this is the look, guys. I love it. Well, just one or two products, but I love it. So thank you so much for tuning in. Till the next video, much love.